Hey, um, remember me? Hey, um, how's it been? Haven't seen you in a while, or you haven't seen me in a while, I guess is more appropriate. Sorry, yeah, so I have been doing lots of schoolwork and exams and sorry, that's excuses. I'm sorry. I just haven't been here. But it's gonna change. I'm back. So before I kind of disappeared for a bit, we were reading When God Was a Rabbit, or we were supposed to be reading When God Was a Rabbit. I kind of just stopped reading the book. Not because I don't want to, I want to, it's just because I had to read stuff for school and work on exams and essays and projects and everything, and basically the book would just sit there staring at me day in, day out, and I just never got the chance to pick it up and read it. So let's just pretend March never happened. Okay? Yeah? Deal? And we'll start now reading the book again, or I guess talking about the book if you were reading along with me when I wasn't reading. So basically how it's going to go is this last Friday, which this is late for, good job Andrew, good job, will be the first kind of part, which is until page 110. Then April 17th is going to be up to page 218, and then on the 24th is going to be when we finish the book. Because I know you're probably thinking like, oh, but there's still a week left of April, Andrew. But the Friday is the 1st of May, so we gotta start the next book for the 1st of May, right? Right? Maybe? I don't know what I'm doing. I'm sorry. But yeah, so that's this kind of schedule. Yeah. So, let's do this. So yeah, When God Was a Rabbit. If you haven't read it, you might want to go read it before I spoil anything or talk about the book, because I'm going to talk about the book. And if you have read it or were reading along, just pretend like you know what I'm talking about. Like, go back into your memory, your archives, and just be like, oh yeah, that happened. And just, if it didn't happen, pretend it happened. Or call me out, that'd be fun. Just call me out, yell at me. So, When God Was a Rabbit, it kind of is... I'm liking it. Right where I am in this book, the first 110 pages, it's very fast moving, which is exciting, and I really like how it is written, because it kind of resembles a child's attention span, or what they draw attention to. Everything is very abrupt, and the events that happen kind of don't go past the events until something else regarding the people that happened in the events happen again. That makes sense? Basically what I'm saying is that the events don't transcend past what actually happened. There's not necessarily major repercussions. It's kind of just forgot about and then carried on with life, which is much like a child's kind of view, which I like how it's written like that, because it is written from a child's perspective. Yeah. Which kind of takes me to the next point. I like how the book was sectioned into 2 parts. Kind of like the beginning and then kind of like the end. Well, actually, I don't know what the next part is going to be, but the first page told me it was going to be sectioned into 2 parts, so I'm assuming that it's going to be the beginning and the end, which is kind of exciting. I don't know how that's going to pan out in terms of having to try and connect the dots, especially because, like we already talked about, everything is kind of just a jumble of events that keep happening that don't really connect. They're just kind of like life events that obviously shape Ellie, but it's still kind of a jumble. I'm kind of waiting for the second part to kind of connect everything. which I am excited to read. But once again, going back to the very beginning of the book, the birth scene, I don't know how to take it. Like, I was reading it and I was like, oh, this is really beautifully written. But it's also like a birth scene. Like, it's a very kind of vivid birth scene, and yeah. It was kind of a shock for me, because I don't think about birthing babies. But yeah, so that was kind of a shock to me. Other thing in the book that I'm kind of really drawn away from, I guess, or pushed away from, is this kind of reoccurring theme of child molestation, or even just like this inappropriate treatment towards child in terms of like in a sexual way. Like Mr. Golden showing Ellie her penis, or what is kind of assumed that he did, and then also this reaction that Jenny got, or we saw Jenny have when the porn magazine was shown to her, and then there's also this like lawsuit, or I guess this trial that Ellie's dad, what did he do? He got the child molester off, and then the girl goes and kills herself. So this kind of recurring theme of child molestation, or just sexuality towards children, I'm kind of like taken back. Also, like the Joe and Charles scene where they're kind of like having oral sex in the shed. I don't know. There's some things that I'm kind of like, oh, okay. I wasn't ready for that. Yeah, I'm kind of taken back by all that, and kind of just quickly trying to read through those sections, pretending like it didn't happen, which is kind of terrible because like it does happen, and I don't know, I just was not ready for that in this book. I don't know what I was getting into with that in terms of this book. I thought the cover was pretty, and that's why I bought it. So these themes that keep coming. These themes that keep kind of coming up are a little bit shocking to me. Maybe they are to you, or maybe you knew about this going into the book, but still, I didn't. Yeah, other things that I am liking, or not liking, I don't know. What I'm going to talk about next. What am I doing? Okay. But yeah, overall, I'm kind of liking this juxtaposition between Ellie and Jenny and their friendship that is growing, except where we are in the book, Ellie has just moved away, so I'm kind of excited to see what happens there. I also really do kind of like the family mentality, or the family bonds that are within Ellie's family, like just her and her brother, and her and her parents. There is like a sense of family, which I really do like, especially with having Jenny's kind of family there, and broken family. It kind of makes Ellie's family a lot stronger, which it's terrible comparing them, but just having that strong sense of family, I'm like, okay, yes, there are themes that I am kind of pushing away, but at the same time, there's themes that I'm like, oh, this book is happy, and I like it. So I'm just waiting. I don't know. I'm excited to see what happens next. I'm not too sure where it's going to take me. But you know what? We're 100 pages in. We'll keep going. We'll keep trekking. So as always, if you have something that you want to say about the book that I missed out on, or if you disagree with something or agree with something I said, comment below, or tweet me, or Instagram me, or somehow let me know, because I would love to actually talk about it with you. And like I said, like if you comment below, I will answer and we will have a nice discussion. Maybe I'll talk about it in my next video, or I don't know, somehow I will discuss this book with you, because that's like the point of this, right? Like I want to talk about it with you. All of you. So yeah, do that and then like click like because like you're down there, and then maybe subscribe because why not, right? We want to talk. So yeah, I am back in action and I'm ready to go. That was weird. See ya. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.